What's up everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at an action camera that looks pretty similar to a GoPro, but goes for only 40 bucks. Is this a much cheaper alternative capable of virtually the same things? Let's find out. This is the Extreme I Plus by Campark, and this action camera boasts about Ultra HD 4K video, 16 megapixel photos, Wi-Fi capabilities, 170 degree field of view, how it comes with loads of attachments, full waterproofing with the included case, and more. So let's take a look at everything and see if this action cam lives up to its promises. Starting off with the video quality, before using this thing at all, I was really excited to see the video this camera produced and how they could possibly get such nice quality into a camera at this price point. Well, to say the least, I was disappointed, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually had a pretty good laugh when I saw the video quality for the first time. Like, they really put 4K on the page for this, and it even says it on the freaking camera itself. And I honestly wouldn't be mad if the camera ended up shooting 1080p, because that would still be a good deal. But the quality just isn't even close. When you go into the video file on your computer, it will tell you that this is 3840 by 2160, real 4K at 30 frames per second, which is pretty funny. But in actuality, this kind of stuff is not okay, so shame on the company for the false advertising. There are a few options for quality and frame rate, which I'll throw up on the screen, but none of them seem to be too accurate. All the modes seem to have pretty much the same resolution, which looks to be somewhere around 480p, so definitely not even HD. The only thing that really changes when going from resolution to resolution is the frame rate next to it. I physically measured each one frame by frame just to make sure. 720p at 90 frames per second is actually 90 frames per second, but it looks like 480p. 2.7K at 30 frames per second is 30 frames per second, but it looks like 480p. All of the options are like that, except for 4K 30 frames per second, which is actually 15 frames per second. Something to also note is that the amount of battery you have left impacts the quality too. This would happen when the battery got to about 1/3 left. At 720p, there were no effects. At 1080p, video was much more prone to having random pixel distortions every once in a while, and at 2.7K and 4K, there was lots of constant frame dropping. Beyond that, everything is just so over sharpened, which in this case seems like a crappy attempt to make bad video look better. Also, in low light scenarios, there's going to be lots of noise, and overall this camera just tends to over and underexpose pretty easily. There's also a slow motion mode, which can be shot in 1080/60 or 720/90. The quality looks absolutely terrible in this mode, like bad 360p, but the fact that it does the slow motion for you is nice. What about the pictures on this thing? How does that 16 megapixel camera perform? Well, photos aren't that detailed. They suffer from some of the same problems as the video, but you can still get the occasional decent shot. If you zoom in just a tiny bit on any of the pictures, it's not going to be pretty. But you will be able to take some pictures that just don't look all that bad. Also, you can actually change the field of view between 170, 140, 110, and 70 degrees. And before we move on, what about the audio quality?
Well, it's not that great, but it works.
Taking a look around the camera, on the front you of course have your lens as well as a mode/power button. This button is used to go through all the shooting modes and the main screens, including normal video, slow motion, picture, stuff off your SD card, and settings. On the back you have your 2-inch LCD screen and 2 LED indicators. On the top you have another LED indicator and your OK button, used for selecting things and starting video. On the bottom you'll find a little cover which reveals the battery slot when removed, and I love the little tabs on the batteries, which just makes it really easy to pull them out, as well as the fact that 2 batteries are included in the box. On the right side of this thing there's the up and down buttons, and on the left side there's a micro USB port for charging, a mini USB for HDMI output, and a micro SD card slot. Something that's actually pretty cool about this camera is all the attachments it comes with. The clear plastic case, which enables you to use all these attachments, is waterproof and should work up to 98 feet underwater. All of the other pieces that come with the camera include a handlebar mount, a base mount, another base mount, a fixed base, some stick-on bases, a switch connector, a second type of switch connector, a third type of switch connector, an adapter, this clip, this other clip, an extra back door, some zip ties, a wire thing, and finally some straps. So yeah, plenty of attachments. As far as the Wi-Fi feature goes, it works well. First, you install the companion app on an iOS or Android device, then connect to the action camera's Wi-Fi in your settings. Inside the app, you get a cool live feed of what the camera sees, and you can pretty much do everything the camera already does, but remotely and 10 times easier. The build quality of this camera doesn't seem too bad, and if you're using it with the included plastic case, you really don't have to worry about it breaking at all. Also, it weighs 1.1 pounds, making it pretty darn light. Overall, while only costing $40, the Extreme Eye Plus action camera packs functional, yet disappointing video quality, decent picture quality, Wi-Fi capabilities, a few adjustable settings, waterproofing with the included case, and it comes with loads of attachments. While this may seem like a pretty good deal, I can't see myself recommending this to anyone, and my personal suggestion would just be to spend a bit more, like around $90 to $100, and you'll be able to find a camera with much better video quality, which I really think is the focal point here. Thanks for watching. The link to this action camera is in the description below. As well, don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming videos, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.